have the reduced CC passive.
You can evade, but it all checks on how you do your micro steps with that.
Exactly. I don't know, man. Kelra's instincts are going to get tested.
Well, let's see who's going to be tested here in this first game of this series. Is Smart Omega versus ONIC Philippines, the debut of Kelra and Jome. Now we have Rise on our screens. Who is going to get this match? Let's see how it goes in game number 1.
Kelra jungle with the Harith. Not, I think when it comes to just speed, might be faster than the Martis for single target jungle creeps. But when it comes to the purple buff, not entirely sure. But now, smartly, Omega went for the orange buff first.
Maybe considering more of the damage that Harith can even give right now in the early game. With this kind of combination, is this anything? There's anything that changed from the Emblem that he's trying to build?
Not really. Honestly, now that I think about it, maybe let's not look at just the Harith, but look at the protection. We did say that he needs something that applies damage to the front line, so like front to back composition. That mainly is Harith. With Minotaur as well as Rafaela, he's gonna be safe, but not against Ryzen with the Retribution.
Oh, here we go. Zaman4 set in already. The front line from Omega coming in strong. Ryzen, the first casualty. Big J scores.
Yeah, talking about a good score out of the first.
Man.
And that was the marksman of Smart Omega having that first kill onto him with this kind of scaling damage. That's a kettle boiling water.
Okay.
Faster.
Harith jungle. It's very difficult to kind of invade Omega, not because of Harith, but because of the presence of Raphael and Minotaur. And that's what Ryzen tried to do. He tried to invade the Kramer up top, and he was duly punished for it. I'm sure that he was very surprised that there were 2 supports actually there to defend.
Yeah, from Kobe Bryant to Dikembe Mutombo. Chang is saying, no, no, no. You just don't.
Yeah. Oh, look at the peel onto nets,
That was
though.
close. That was close. First turtle up already, and it's ONIC to the scene first. In comes Ryota with the onward and the whipping. Kelra, Zaman4 scoring the turtle. They're piling onto them. Ryzen goes down 2-0. The second death on ONIC's jungler. Woo.
And this is really bad because Martis is dependent on getting the snowball with 2 deaths. That's a mortal sin. And Omega, they are overloading. You can see Itomax just gets level 4 in time. And that means that after the initiation coming out from Ryota with the onward as well as the shatter, you have the Holy Baptism, a very solid crowd control spell to have for Omega.
Yeah, Overload is completely the name of Omega's game right now. Having a way of not going home with this Raphael and Etomax is supporting everybody with a quick regen. I say it just keeps on moving forward since Kelra right now has more momentum that they haven't, that they did get.
Gentlemen, now that we're talking about it, it seems like Omega's main enemy here in 3 minutes into this matchup is not even ONIC, it's their mana pools. They can keep fighting as long as they have mana.
Yeah. Kelra is level 7, Ryzen is just level 6. And every time there's an initiation, there is always a follow-up.
Close call, that was an FHB from Etomax.
This is the problem as well for the Matilda. Despite having a faster movement and also response, the cover of Chakli and the control of the vision Omega's been given,
That was
so much damage.
Nets ain't going nowhere. Kelra gets another one.
Yeah, see, just by talking about control, vision, and damage, Smart Omega getting great coverage against ONIC Philippines. They're pushing so much pressure. Overload as well. Look at that. Look at the poke from Kelra.
Oh, there's nowhere for Friends and Rapido to go. Down bottom, Ryzen's just trying to get the scraps. Here comes Rapido canceling the circling eagle. Ain't nobody want none of that. 10 seconds to the turtle.
But there's no chance for Omega to fight this. Oh, I mean for ONIC to fight this because Ryzen is really just nullified in this game. No Molten Essence. He went for the Fury Hammer. I think this will be the Brute Force Breastplate build. Or maybe he might want to rush the Radiant Armor. This is a difficult situation for Ryzen because he will have to make sure that the first defensive item that he gets, it will cover the most bases. You would wonder if maybe the Brute Force Breastplate could be good, But maybe in this specific case, Radiant Armor might be the way to go.
I reckon you're right. Omega here, almost 2,000 gold ahead, scores the second turtle of the game clean. The question of is the Harris fast enough is just being answered right before our eyes. It's faster than you think, fellas.
Yeah, with the shoes and also what Wolf pointed out earlier there on how ONIC Philippines is not looking good even from the status of Ryzen. With this kind of problem, they're also forced to initiate in team fights because if you go up against one, or even all by yourself against Omega, that's a five right away response from the barangay as well. So this gives them a lot of pressure not to even build damage items from this moment.
Oh, here we go. Omega living right inside Onyx jungle, forcing a response from this tier 2 up top. Prince at half health. Oh man, Onyx has nowhere to go.
No. It's the space of Chaco is creating as well as Edimax not.
Oh,
look at that!
Onward, Earth Shatter! Everything but the kitchen sink! They are burying Ryzen 0-3-0.
Oh. As we discuss, control and vision for Smart Omega, utilizing more of the coverage even just by the map alone, they find so much pickoffs from Ryzen. Momentum dependent, I think this is becoming a problem now. This is a struggle for Martis, even for the Matilda too.
That's an uphill climb from now on. Man, could be even Mount Everest or Mount Apple. Well, they're incomparable, but you understand what I'm saying, right? The problem for Ryzen now is that he is a Martis. Went in for, I don't know what item he's got already at this point. But 6 minutes and we're not seeing a full item from the jungler, that's bad news. And that is a momentum-based kind of jungler. I cannot figure out a way for ONIC to bring back this game.
Oh man, off-cam turret take by Nets. I mean, that's the best that they can do. But all this while, Kelra commits Grand Theft Purple. Already Ryzen starved, and he's getting just oppressed.
Yeah, I think you guys got it. The Radiant Armor is now with Ryzen, and with that kind of momentum-dependent kind of hero, they need to count on Nets and even Super Friends to combine that damage against OMG. Because that's the problem in this kinds of team fights. Either they would let go of the objective and look for a different trade. But so far, Omega just always pushing the situation to make them respond in team fights.
So we did say that the pokes will, or the lack thereof, coming out from Omega against this expert should be good. But never did we realize that Omega's composition, they're in it for the kill. You know, they don't need to poke. Whoever gets stunned gets taken out.
Yeah,
and that means that they need to utilize export now.
It's brutal, and Cram, look, after 2 hits from Kelra, suffers. So what? Shaknu coming in. Holy Baptism spent out by Etomax, and there's still a lot of green left in Omega. They can actually force this push. Circling Eagle from Rapidoot cancels it.
Oh no. This is bad news again. Rapidoot, we know that he can make wonders from the roaming role, but 0-0-0-0-0 for a Matilda. You don't want to see that. You'd rather see your Matilda die twice and convert into 4 kills with 3 assists, maybe 1 kill, something like that. 0 deaths with 0 assists is even, worse.
Oh, talking about worse. About to get worse with a T. Flipping over Cram, Immortality pops, Zaman4 still active, and they pop his Virago armor. Joe with the torn apart memory, taking him down from way downtown, from behind.
Chaknu!
Prince falls as well, Chaknu coming in, strong, still alive. Ryota though, gonna get taken down here, unless, the iframes from the Primal Ram expiring keeps him alive. They will convert straight into a tier 1 in mid.
Big J! Wow, look at that. ONIC Philippines completely disengaged. What an amazing play from the barangay.
And they're still going, man. Rapidoot's in trouble. The chef gets stunned, and the chef gets taken out. Another one for Big J.
Oh, wow. My goodness. This Omega composition, you don't need utility for Kelra. You just have to beat Kelra.
Gentlemen.
The Kelra jungle.
I didn't know Edith had that mechanic in her. I'm pretty sure Ryota didn't even time it on purpose. It just happened.
Yeah.
It's just an amazing sight to see.
It's an iframe, bro.
Edith on Atoy R. And just we were questioning how will this debut work for Kelra. It's working wonders, and you were questioning how will this go faster? And just with Kelra alone, man, the microplay and the instincts of this player, that's amazing, Wolf.
This is going to be a problem because if you look back at the amateur days of Kelra, before he was actually part of Execration, he was already dubbed as one of the Harith masters, you know, together with Marky, his mentor. He learned a lot from that guy, and both of them, they are super duper good with the Harith specifically.
The solution and the
The
savage.
solution and the savage, right? And now you're seeing Kelra playing the jungle Harith, which we had some reservations because we have not seen it work, but it does give the necessary damage output, the frontal damage output that we were looking for from Omega.
Yep, and it looks like they're going to be pushing the advantage here. Kelra gets some shields up, some healing from his lineup. It's like he doesn't even care. Zaman Force already spent in. They're just waiting for the Lord. And by then, I believe the Zaman Force should be off of cooldown. We're expecting another big fight.
Yeah, he has the CDR boot, so it's going to work out fine for Kelra as long as he keeps on getting those pokes in from ONIC. Philippines
there's
fight.
a flip from Ryota. Circle Eagle trying to knock them all up. And the Zaman Force once more off of cooldown. And down goes the inhibitor. There's still some heroes left from ONIC. No one has died quite yet. That's a second turret taken down. 2 lanes penetrated by Omega. Approaching a 10k gold lead. And ONIC left reeling.
Wow, the deficit right now on ONIC has up against Smart Omega. Now they're at the mercy of their own base, even for just defense by their own turrets. Oh,
okay.
Look at that pull.
Oh, one more time. That's a 4-man knockup from the shaft, but ain't no follow through. And Jome lets off a flaccid, torn apart memory.
Oh, this is a struggle now for ONIC because they have 1 turret left. They're on to the last line of defense. How will this go? Well, how will they defend?
Oh, Etomas flickers in, looking for a holy baptism. Oh, no one home. Ryzen goes in for the guiding winds, kept alive, but for just how much longer? Oh, here we go. Rapid it one more time. Circle Eagle, 3-man knockup, plus an X-Borg. Last insanity. And that's going to go down here. Ryota takes him down. Ryota with the flippy flip, and Ryzen falls as well. 2 for none. The Barangay are in your house. And the base is up next. Zaman Force in. Kelra Jungle. Game 1. Successful debut.
And that winning moment is brought to you by our official sponsor, FWD Life Insurance. What an amazing debut for Kelran as well as Jome.
What an amazing debut for the Harith jungle too.
Oh,
4,
wow.
0, and 4. Double support. And you saw that after already the dream scenario for the side of ONIC. They had those circling eagle that was able to knock up 4 of their enemies. Then there was a follow-up. That was the